Well, we have team coverage from Washington to Israel. Our foreign affairs correspondent Alex Salvi is live in the Washington, D.C. newsroom. Middle East correspondent Zach Anders is live in Israel. And we kick it off with Alex Salvi with the very latest. Good morning.
Yeah, Bob, Edie, a lot of moving parts and with no time to spare right here as President Trump's Wednesday deadline appears to still be in effect as he urges Iran to reach a deal or, as you showed right there, face an escalation by the U.S. military. Now, it's just part of what President Trump is warning, accusing Iran of violating the ceasefire by targeting multiple European ships that were traveling through the Strait of Hormuz over the weekend. Trump warning that if Iran does not accept his terms, the U.S. will knock out every single power plant and bridge across the country. His warnings right there on Truth Social. The president this morning confirming that Vice President J.D. Vance is heading to or may be heading at some point today to Islamabad, Pakistan for a second round of talks, with Trump saying that even he is willing to meet directly with Iranian leaders himself if progress is made. The president even teasing that a deal could be signed later today. Now, of course, the president last week announced that Iran was already agreeing to many of his demands, but that progress disrupted by this latest dispute, with Trump over the weekend saying that he has no plans to dial back his red lines.
They've killed a lot of people. A lot of our people have been killed. A lot of your fellow soldiers have been killed over the years by Iran.
Now, the U.S. military continues its blockade of Iranian ports, with Central Command releasing this video showing Marines boarding and seizing an Iranian-flagged cargo ship that was attempting to circumvent the blockade and make its way to China. Now, Pakistan's army chief says that he spoke to President Trump about the ongoing negotiation efforts and told him that the blockade was an obstacle to peace with Iran. Pakistan, of course, is attempting to mediate the talks as Iran threatens to pull out of them completely. But there are some promising signs of progress as of this morning coming from the Iranian side, and with no time to spare as Tehran dangerously approaches President Trump's April 22nd deadline. Bob, Edie.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, oil prices jumping today as the time is running out for that fragile ceasefire that began almost 2 weeks ago. Our Middle East correspondent Zach Anders joins us now live in Tel Aviv with the latest there. Zach.
Well, good morning, guys. Less than 48 hours until that ceasefire expires. The president warning that American forces are ready to destroy the country if an agreement isn't reached. And the president is saying that these talks are still ongoing. We're seeing the jets land right now in Islamabad, Pakistan. Within the last 2 hours, U.S. jets have touched down. We're not sure who exactly is on board. But Iran has been back and forth. If you're watching state media today, some of the news agencies that are tied to the Revolutionary Guard Corps are saying that Iran has no plans to attend. There are other news sites in Iran that say that there will be a delegation that goes. It's very confusing right now, and it seems like it's very confusing to the Iranians inside as well, as they're bickering back and forth. Some of these officials on X are replying to each other saying, no, my fellow minister is wrong. So a lot going on here. And this continued American blockade of the Strait, the Iranians are saying, is why they would not go. Now, yesterday, CENTCOM says an Iranian flag vessel was intercepted by a guided missile destroyer, the USS Spruance. CENTCOM says the vessel failed to comply and refused repeated warnings over 6 hours. The vessel then fired upon, disabled, and eventually boarded by Marines from the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, and they did so under the cover of darkness. The president writing on his platform, Truth Social, that the vessel, quote, refused to listen, so our Navy ships stopped them right in their tracks by blowing a hole in their engine room. Right now, U.S. Marines have custody of the vessel. Iran responding today, they are not happy, vowing to retaliate against the U.S. terrorist army, they say, adding even more doubt here that there's a viable path forward for these peace talks. Because, again, as you watch the state media, you're getting a lot of officials coming in front of the Iranian public saying that there is no deal that can be done with the devil in the United States. Now, back here in Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu declaring this afternoon that the job is not finished against Iran. He's also changing his tone, the Prime Minister of Israel here, after weeks during the ceasefire, saying that this could be a good end to the Iran conflict. Now, today, he's getting in front of the cameras and saying the job's not done against Iran. As for that ceasefire in Lebanon, it is largely holding. However, a roadside bomb detonated yesterday as an Israeli armored vehicle passed by. Now, Hezbollah claims that they planted the bomb before the ceasefire went into effect, and the IDF says there were no injuries in that Israeli vehicle. Guys.
All right. Thank you very much.